Hello and welcome back to our corporate business card help video. In this video we'll see how to edit text and colors in Adobe InDesign. So let's open up the file. Once you download the template, you can see you have two types of InDesign file. We have the InDesign files for CS 5.5 and above, and here in CS4 are markup files for the versions of InDesign CS4 and CS5. Okay, so let's open up the file. Before we start, let's hide the frame edges. Go to View, Extras, Hide the frame edges so you can see it clearly. And let's start with the explanations. First, you can see there are two layers here. The first two layers are the print info and the info box. Basically, the information is going to help you out when it comes to editing your business card. If you're moving elements, if you want to make fonts bigger or smaller, so you know where the safe area for the text is, where the cut line is, where the bleed is. Here, all the information that you need about these lines and the general information about the business card. Now these two layers you can either delete before sending them to be printed, or you can just turn them off. Okay, next thing, we have the text, the QR code, and design. Let's start with editing the QR code. QR code is linked file here. So the easiest way to change your links is go to links. You can find them here in window links, and select the link you want to change. Right click on it, go to relink, and add your own QR code. And we're done with it. Now let's begin with editing the colors. Of course, you can select individual elements, double click on the file, change the colors, add your own values, whatnot, but the fastest way to change the color scheme in the InDesign is using the colors from the swatches panel, pre-made colors in the swatches panel. If you don't see the swatches panel, go to Window, and then we need to find where color, swatches. Okay, and once it's open up, you'll see there are of course colors that were created for that info file, which is the bleed, the cut line, text safe, zero area. You can just ignore them, and these are the two colors that you're looking for. This design has been created from two solid colors plus two gradients. So double click on the color, make sure the preview button is checked. You can play with the sliders, or you can just add your own values if you know exactly what color scheme you want to have. Repeat the process, and voila, we have the colors changed. And not only do the colors change with the solid fills, they also immediately change with the gradients. So you have instantaneous changes when it comes to editing the colors. Now, before we start editing the text, just one thing you need to remember. In InDesign, when you select the text frame, it actually works as a text frame. So if you just try to, let's say, select this text frame, I want to make it white, it's going to color the frame, not the font or the text inside. So what we need to do is to make sure, let me just undo swatch. So what we need to do is make sure that we have the text active, and we can select the text frame, and then go to this little T here, right beneath the stroke and the fill icons here on the tools panel. And now you see the text is being set as active, so now you can just change the color to whatever color you want, and you can add a new color to it. Okay, now let's move on to the text. For editing the properties of the fonts, you will need to open up the character panel. If you don't see the character panel, go to Window, type in Tables, Character, and here you can change, like I said, the properties of the font, like the font family, style, size, kerning, distance, everything else. Okay, when it comes to editing the text, it's quite simple. You either double click on a text frame, type in your own, or you can just select the T from your keyboard shortcut and basically do the same. Okay, you will activate the type tool. Just dismiss this. It will activate the type tool and then just either type in your own text or copy and paste it. After you have everything set up, of course, you can then edit the properties in the character panel and save the file, send it to be printed, and that's it. That was it for this video. In the next video, we'll see how to edit the template in Adobe Photoshop.